I'm Audrey Johnson on the Audrey Johnson Show. I am speaking to Dave Cox. He's not just Dave Cox, but Dave Cox is the owner, franchisor, multi-real estate developer, an entrepreneur, a true entrepreneur that we all want to get to know. And I'm so blessed to be able to stand right next to him on the Audrey Johnson Show. Dave, can you share with the viewers and share with us, how did you get involved with being an entrepreneur and IHOP and everything you're doing right now?
Well, I mean, it was from work. I had worked for Verizon for 19 years. And during that time when I was working at Verizon, I started trying different business ventures. I've done a lot of things under the sun, from a meat market. It was very small little ventures, but I started having a lot of failures in those things. And from those failures, started learning how to do big business. And then from that, it just catapulted into something bigger, and eventually we got to the IHOP situation.
Wow, well, IHOP is such an icon, and to be part of that, it's amazing to be an owner. And right now, in this particular time of our lives, because it's so different, as an owner and with somebody such as big as IHOP, what do you see is going on right now in our economy, in our future, all of us, entrepreneurs? What's going on? What's the message?
Well, I mean, it's a great time and a bad time at the same time. It's a lot of opportunities out there, but you just have to keep your ears to the street to understand what's going on in the marketplace. I mean, we're just fortunate that IHOP has a great price point, so we really didn't get affected as much from the recession as everybody else is getting affected. But there's a lot of people out there that's getting affected, so that's where the multiple streams of income come in as an entrepreneur, that you can solidify yourself till the storm is gone.
That's right, until the storm is gone. Now, you mentioned you worked at Verizon for 19 years. What did you do for Verizon?
I was a telephone technician.
You were a telephone technician.
I climbed poles in the winter and the summertime.
That's hard stuff.
That's hard, so it was very hard.
Oh my goodness, did you do that? You were very young, but when did you do that, in college? Or?
Yeah, right out of college, 19 years old. I'm sorry, 18 years old actually. Yeah.
Wow. So now today, as you know, it's a challenging times. What is your message? Because, you know, I'm not going to go into that. What's the message for a show like the Audrey Johnson and all the people out there, all the people who want to be an entrepreneur and want to go out there and haven't found their niche yet?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what we're doing, especially with Rapid Realty, is something called 5 links. And I think that's the best opportunity for somebody that's trying to be an entrepreneur but just doesn't have the capital in order to do it. So you can start at a low price point, but through leverage and networking, you can make tons of money and then go off to what you're really passionate about. That's where I think the best part is to start off with network marketing.
So it's like a network marketing, and when you mean network marketing, are you talking about the network marketing some people call a pyramid? Correct. Some people, is that like
Correct.
A pyramid?
Yes, it is actually, but we're not scared of that word because we understand that there's a difference between pyramid and what people like to associate with a scheme, and it's by no means nowhere close to that. You know, I have a reputation that I have to uphold. I have a lot of integrity. And, you know, when we say Amway or Mary Kay, nobody says anything about a scheme, right? So it's the same exact thing. We deal with Apple and Con Ed and all the major players. I don't think they'll be involved with a scheme either. So it just has to change our mindset on what a pyramid is, because I was at Verizon for 19 years and that was the biggest pyramid, because I was on the bottom and it was only one guy on the top, right? There was a bunch of other people in between me and I never got to shake the owner's hand.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, okay, so 5 links and Rapid Realty are coming together?
Correct.
Are you part of 5 links or Rapid?
I am. I'm part of 5 links. I also want to be part of Rapid Realty. I'm looking into doing some more franchising and expanding into other markets. So Mr. Lally and myself were sitting down and talking about how we can make that venture even better. And the 5 links thing is just so cohesive and it works just so well with what Rapid's doing already, because people are using gas, electric, and telephones in their house. And then Rapid is renting to these folks that have nothing in the house. So they need to have all these utilities in place. It just makes sense.
Now, not everybody gets it. I mean, in terms of understand, because from what I understand, in a network marketing, I'm not going to call it a pyramid, but in a network marketing, it's about the membership.
Yes.
You have to pay that membership, and in paying that membership, that's a challenge for people who don't have an income coming in or anything that's coming in. How are they going to pay that membership to be part of it?
Well, if they want to be a business owner, that's part of owning business. You have to, it's just like opening a store or opening any business, you do have overhead. But the overhead here is so minimal compared to just keeping the lights on in this club, for instance. So I understand that people might have apprehensions about that, but that's what business is about. You see thousands of business open and close within the first year. I was a product of that. I actually opened and failed at tons of businesses, but that's why 97% of the public work for 3%. Most people are used to working. So it's not a surprise to me that they'll come in and it won't work because it's their own business. People are used to being told what to do, not to take it by the horns and do what they're supposed to do on their own. So at the end of the day, I get it. So that's where sometimes in network marketing, people like, it doesn't work, I can't afford it. Well, then you just wasn't ready for business.
Right. Or it wasn't for them.
Correct.
But like you mentioned the percentage, because I know from economics, 1% of the people at the top are the successful, obviously you're in that 1%, who are doing well. And then it's the other 99%.
That's right.
How do we deal with it?
Well, I mean, I was part of the 99%. I just got tired of being on the 99% side, and I had to make a switch to the 1%. So everybody has the same playing field. Everybody's offered the same thing. I wasn't born with a trust fund or any kind of will to anything in my life. I worked hard, and I turned that hard work into entrepreneurship and then into wealth.
That's awesome.
And everybody can do the same thing. I didn't get any special favors.
No, I know, like for myself, I have my show. I started my show. I've always been an entrepreneur. This is my fourth company. I started it at my first at 6 years old, and this is my fourth company. And it's totally different from what IHOP. I mean, IHOP is a name, but Lolly has a very good product in terms of the rapid realty, and it sounds, you said you want to be part of it. Are you part of it now, right now, or are you just looking to be more of a franchisee and helping others?
Franchisee. I won't go to work for anybody again. I realize that that's not, if you're going to make it in America, it's not by working to be independently wealthy. Not saying that you can't work. You must work in order to make that transition, but for me, I'll never go back to that situation again.
I agree with you. And you know what? When you work for somebody, when you work for yourself, you even work twice as longer, but it's much more fun.
And it's much more fulfilling.
Now, what's your message? What do you want to share with the world outside, especially rapid realty, and you as an entrepreneur?
I mean, it's very simple. If you want to make it out there in the world, you have to be persistent and you have to be resilient and refuse to fail. The only way for you to fail is for you to quit. And at the end of the day, no matter how many failures it is, you have to take it as wisdom and not as failure. And once you get that out the way, you'll be successful at whatever you do.
Awesome. You guys heard it right here with Mr. Dave Cox, an entrepreneur who's been an entrepreneur who failed many times like Donald Trump, and he made it.
That's right. That's right. We ride a bike and we fall off, but we wanted to ride that bike so bad that we kept getting up and riding until we got it right. That's the same thing with business. Ride and ride until you take the training wheels off.
Well, I definitely want to be on your team, and I'll be on your team any day. Thank you.